All right, good evening everyone and welcome back once again to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. We are back this evening with Season 12. This is the Platinum class of drivers here tonight, and they are here tonight for Round 9 of Season 12 around the Marina Bay Street Circuit here in Singapore for the Singapore Grand Prix. Welcome everyone. I'm sure this is going to be an exciting race. This is the longest track, or in terms of amounts of corners on the track, this one has the most turns and the most corners out of any other track that we race around. 23 corners, and none of them are going to be easy. They're all very technical. They're all usually chained together with very short straight pieces in between. We really only have a couple of straight pieces where you can go and put out everything you've got. And although we do have 2 DRS zones or 3 DRS zones around this track this year, so it's going to be a very fun track to watch these guys here tonight. So welcome everyone if you're tuning in to this stream on YouTube or on Twitch. It's nice to see you guys. And tonight it's just myself, Blim Machine, with you guys in the booth. I was supposed to have Perry joining me, but then Perry decided that he would be better off in the car tonight. So we'll see how well he does. He did say that in case something happens and he's not able to finish the race, that he'll be joining us in the booth. So I might have a co-commentator until then. You guys will have to bear with just my voice. Hopefully you don't get too tired of it. Send in some comments into the chat, and that way we can stay in contact. So right now, looking at the board, Passassin, he is, I think, I'm pretty sure he's got a back of the grid penalty for tonight, so he's going to be starting right at the back, so he's not qualifying at all, and that has let Cameron so far jump onto the fastest times on the board so far with a 1:37.2, as we watch Mebby aborting his lap and running very wide on the entry into the pit lane. This pit lane this year is very dangerous. The sign is a little bit earlier than the actual speed limit line, so it makes you sort of slow down early and then speed up again to get to the actual line, and that catches out a couple of people usually, so we will see if that's going to be the case here tonight. We could also possibly see some weather. We did see a mixed race in the silver class on Tuesday night, so if we get some weather here, I'm sure that's going to add to the excitement. This is actually not a bad track to have some rain. Definitely adds to the action. Oh, as 007 there decides for a very, very late pit stop to abort his lap. So, looking at the board right now, we've got Cameron with a 1:37.2, Bambuki with a 1:37.3, KGB Black Angel 1:37.7, Dreamzy with a 1:40.2, and Stanley 1:42.2. Those two guys, I'm sure, have had some issues on their out laps, or maybe on their hot laps, that's what I meant. Bats Plus is about to start a lap. Let's jump on board as he's going to run into turn 1. And we do have the strict corner cutting rules here tonight, so you can't run wide anywhere, and he gets through 1, 2, and 3 very, very quickly. And now on the rundown into turn 4 and 5. 4 was just that little kink to the right, and this was 5. Now opens up the DRS on the exit of 5, and now running through turn 6. Which isn't really a turn when you're completely flat out. Coming into turn 7, now it's a purple sector 1. Nicely held there as he goes into the very technical section of this track now. Turn 8, and then a quick turn 9. This one's very easy to drift outside and smash into that outside wall. I can tell you that from personal experience. Now coming into 10, 11, and a little bit of a kink there for 12. Getting through there pretty cleanly. Now this one is the most difficult corner, at least for me it was, and it's so difficult to rotate the car around turn 13 as Bats Plus opens up the DRS once again on this lap. Running in now into turn 14, and now we've got another quick couple of corners coming up with 15, 16, and now 17 is going to bring us into the tunnel. This one is a very dangerous one as well. Very easy to go into the inside wall, the outside wall, or anywhere else around there as he makes his way through 20, 21, and now into 22. And just one more corner to go of 23. And that's going to be a lap around Singapore for Bats Plus. And he's going to cross the line for a pole position time at this moment, 1:36.6. Very nicely done there on the medium tires. We've got about 50% of the drivers on track right now trying out those medium tires, and there he goes to pole position. So other than Bats Plus here, we do have a few other very quick drivers on the track. Bambuki is here tonight. We have Cameron, we have Black Angel, Chatty Duck, Stanley, Chargers, Perry, and Breezy, who has not come out of the pits yet. Well, he's actually on a hot lap right now, and looks like he might be running in some traffic there. On the map at least it looked like it, but let's jump on board here. Opens up DRS. We also have his teammate of Apparatus here tonight in the other Red Bull, so we'll see what these two guys can do. Breezy through Sector 1, it's a purple time as he now comes into turn 7 or 8, sorry, and this is 9. So many corners on this track, it's hard to keep up. Now into 10, 11, very nicely done through there. A little bit of a jump there. Ooh, KGB Black Angel gets out of his way. Very nice rotation through turn 13 for Breezy as he opens up the DRS. And this is the second time around the lap where you get to do so. That's another purple sector for Sector 2. Breezy running into the last few corners on the track here, but they are quite difficult. Coming in now into the turn 19 and 20 under the tunnel. And now we've got a couple more corners to go here. Last turn of 23 and 22. And he's going to cross the line, and that's a new pole position time. 136.1 from Breezy, beating Bats Plus by about 0.5 of a second. Very nicely done there. Next up is KGB Black Angel, just started a brand new lap. Oh, we've got a new pole sitter there, 135.6 from Cameron, also on the medium tires. Very quick. And as we're watching qualifying here, let's run through the standings in Season 12 so far. After 8 rounds last week in Hungary, Passassin was not able, unfortunately, to keep his win after crossing the line there. He did get a 5-grid penalty, or 5-position penalty, and a couple of penalty points, which also gave him the back of the grid penalty here tonight. So he's going to be starting right at the back of the pack, but we'll see if he can, do a Hamilton, a last to first or a last to podium, as KGB Black Angel sets a purple Sector 2. We'll see how he does at the end of this lap. But Passassin's still on the top of the standings right now with 133.5 points to his name, with TCR 007 in second place with 80 points to his name, maybe in third with 61, Breezy with 55, then comes Black Angel with 54, Chatty in sixth place with 49, Sequit in 7th with 46. I know it was Sequit's birthday actually on Tuesday, so very happy belated birthday to Sequit. Stanley in 8th place in the standings with 41 points, Apparatus with 40 points in 9th, and Bats Plus rounds up the top 10 in the standings with 38.5 points to his name. So it's a very tight battle all the way from 10th up until about 3rd. But then we've got Passassin really running away with it at the moment with 133.5 points. And looking at the championship standings for the constructors, we have Passassin and FYKV in the Mercedes leading the championship with 158.5 points. And then we have the Alfa Romeos of 007 and Chatty Duck with 129. They had a pretty good outing last week around. They had a 2nd and a 3rd place finish, so a double podium there. Then we have the Alpines of KGB Black Angel and Stanley. And they are currently sitting in 3rd place with 95 points to their name. So not doing too bad. They're actually tied for 3rd with Breezy and Apparatus in the Red Bulls. And then we have 5th place are the Ferraris of Mebby and Deathwish Tricky. They're actually doing very well as well, 92 points to their name, so very close battle there for 3rd place between the Ferraris, the Alpines, and the Red Bulls. Oh, and I'm seeing some drops of rain on the track here in the dying moments of qualifying. I think we still had a few more minutes to go. Yeah, about 3.5 minutes. And now we have yellow flags. We have drops of rain on the track. So I'm sure the times are going to start tumbling down, or going up technically, because, yeah, they're not going to be able to go any faster in these conditions, unfortunately. Tasmanian Devil, a nice little comment there, being a little cheeky, saying, I wonder who the last guy to go from last to first was. I think it might be Tasmanian Devil. Very, very nice. And then Chris is saying, Alpha first and second. Yeah, not anymore. Not AlphaTauris, we're not first and second now, but Cameron is first with a 135.6. Apparatus in second place, 136.0. He just jumped into that time recently there. Breezy, 136.1. And 007, 136.3. Bambuki, 136.4. And then Mebby in 6th place, 136.5. Perry has retired from the session. He's sitting in 10th place with a 137.0. Now, yeah, I think a lot of the drivers are going to start retiring because you can't really improve your time in these conditions. So running out there is going to be pretty much useless. You don't want to crash and lose out on positions or tires or anything else like that. So I think a lot of the drivers are just going to pull into the pits and wait this one out for the last minute and 50 seconds that we have left in the session. I guess good chance for me to slide in a couple of pieces of information about our league. If you guys are looking to race in TCR, there's a link in the description of our video that will lead you to our website where you can find a sign-up form. Fill out the information, you'll get a link to join our Discord, and then you can get in from there through the briefing room, so to speak, and get briefed on how to race with us and how to join one of our classes. We have silver, gold, and platinum class that you're watching here tonight. The difference between them is the level of assists and experience that you might be running. So if you're a newer driver or you're just sort of getting into F1, you might want to start in silver and then work your way up. But we have some names that have, you know, definitely moved up very, very quickly. Bambuki was racing in silver class, I'm pretty sure, last season. And now he's already in the platinum class and doing quite well. So let's see if you guys are interested in that. Check out the link in the description. Other than that, you'll also find a link to our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. And if you're looking to buy some equipment, use that link. Get the equipment because it's awesome. But you'll also be supporting the league in doing so. And even though we've got rain on the track, DRS is still enabled. That's a very interesting situation. Good job, Codemasters. But most of the drivers have retired. We have Apparatus and KGB Black Angel out on track right now. Breezy 007, Bamboo, and Bats are sitting in the pits, but they are not retired yet. So we will give everyone a minute or two to see what their plan is, if we're just going to run this one out. And yeah, there we go. The clock is now done. Apparatus is the only one that needs to cross that line. And I think the game will then end qualifying for us. So looks like that's going to be the picture of qualifying there. Cameron with pole position, Apparatus in second, Breezy in third, 007 in fourth, Bamboo in fifth, Mebby in sixth, Bass Plus in seventh, Chatty Duck in eighth, Stanley in ninth, Barry in 10th. And then we have KGB Black Angel, Dreamzy, and Chargers, and Passassin doing a last to first challenge, not voluntarily, but due to a back of the grid penalty. So It's going to be a very interesting race, and we've got a bit of rain in qualifying. I'm not sure about the race, though, as Apparatus smashes it into the wall, trying to get back into the pits. It's starting to get very, very slippery out there. Okay, so that was qualifying ahead of round 9 of this Platinum class of TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing, for Season 12. We are again at the Singapore Grand Prix. It's looking a little cloudy, a little gray and foggy out on the track, so we'll see if that's a sign of things to come, if it's going to be a little bit rainy throughout this track or throughout this race. As I said before, it's a good track to have rain at because it still allows for overtaking and battling and things like that, but it definitely is a good test to all of our drivers. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing right now, but the pit stands for Mercedes are just flickering and flashing. I'm not sure if that means that there's already rain, but I don't see any out on track. But right now, the drivers are just working out their strategies, possibly making some very last-second changes to their setup, the very few little things that they can change, adjusting their fuel, figuring out what they're going to be making their pit stops, and what sort of tires they're going to be using. But of course, the top 10 are going to be locked in to start the race on the same tire that they qualified, or at least set their best qualifying time on. So we will get ready to go here in just a few moments. As I mentioned before, this track has the most corners out of any other track currently on the F1 calendar, with 23 in total. One lap around here is just over 5 kilometers, and that's around 3.1 miles. The TCR lap record around here in race conditions is a 137.354 by Mr. Joshua, set a couple of seasons ago in Season 10, round 4 in the Golden class, and we're going to be doing 31 laps for a 50% race. I'm just gonna check the chat to see if everything is okay with this lobby, because we are waiting for a little bit there. Oh, there we go. I see the clock running down now, so we should be getting to go very, very soon for round 9 of Season 12 in the Platinum class here at the Singapore Grand Prix. This is going to be a very, very interesting race, especially with Possession starting from the back and working his way up. We also have a couple of drivers coming in as reserves tonight, and they could be surprising here. So let's see what we are going to get out of tonight's race. All right, starting tire strategies. We've got the top 10 starting on the tires that they qualified on. Mediums, Apparatus on softs, Breezy on mediums, 007 and Bamboo on the softs, Mebby and Bats Plus on the mediums, Shadi on softs, and then we have Stanley and Perry on the medium tire. And then behind them in 11th, 12th, and 13th, KGB, Dreamzy, and Chargers starting on a hard tire. And, excuse me, we did see a driver last night in Golden Class going from a medium to a hard tire, so I'm sure that the opposite strategy of that could possibly work out here as well. So KGB, Black Angel, Dreamzy, and Chargers, keep an eye on those three guys. And then, of course, right at the back, we've got Passassin. He is currently leading the championship. He's currently leading the Constructors' Championship with Mercedes. He's had 5 wins in a row in this league already, in the season already. Technically 6 if you were to count his last win. He did cross the line first, but then had a post-race penalty that moved him down to 5th. So technically the winner of last week's race was Mebby, who is starting tonight's race in 6th position. So very interesting mix of drivers. We've got 2 Red Bulls at the front of Apparatus and Breezy. We know they can be very, very quick, but again, this is Singapore. It's a very technical drive, a very technical track. There's a lot of corners. There's a lot of walls everywhere. It's kind of a mix of Monaco and Baku smushed together. So yeah, it's going to be a really, really interesting race, and I'm sure we're going to see some drama, maybe some safety cars. We've had quite a few of them already in the first 2 races this week. So let's get ready for the start here in just a few moments. And all the cars are now lined up on the grid, just waiting for those lights to go on. Four and 5 lights are on. And the lights go out there. Oh, and it's a slow start from 007. He blocked down a little bit. Is he going to be under attack by Bambuki? No, he's not, because Bambuki is under attack himself by a couple of drivers there. Mebby and 007 making their way through the field, as well as Chatty Duck now attacking on Bambuki through the first couple of corners, and there's a little bit of contact there between the 2 drivers. There's more contact now going into the next corner. Oh, and Bambuki has now spun out. He's the first one to spin out here after a little bit of contact there, and banging wheels with Chatty Duck, and he's now trying to turn the car around and come back onto the track. Moving forwards now, we've got Mebby and 007 in a really close battle here through turn, I think it was turn 9, and as they make it through, Mebby is up into P4. He's made up 2 positions already in tonight's race, and there's a change of positions at the front there between Breezy and Apparatus. Apparatus losing a position to his teammate, moving down to P3. Oh, and now Apparatus has spun it! Has spun it right under. Oh my god, there's another spinner. There's a Haas that spun around right on the exit of turn, what would this be? This is turn 12. Under the bridge there. I spun the car there as well. We have a virtual safety car, and Apparatus and I think Chargers dropped a position there as well to Dreamzy for some reason. Perry, unfortunately, is missing his whole front wing, and he's going to have to pit for a brand new one, and VSC is out. Cameron is 2 seconds clear of Breezy at the front. Apparatus gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC as well. Wow, things are kicking off very quickly here, right at the start of the race already on lap 1. We have a couple of cars spinning, a couple of cars with damage, and a VSC deployed. Into the pits goes 007, and I think Apparatus is probably going to follow him in as well, and so is Perry. Is Bambuki also coming into the pits? 4 cars into the pits at the end of lap 1. 007 just changing his strategy, just changing tires, no change of front wing, but Perry is going to need a front wing for sure. right, looks like we go back to green flag racing here. Let's look at this battle going on here with Stanley, Chatty Duck, and Passassin. Passassin is already up into P7, only on lap 2. This is absolutely incredible. Half the field he's already overtaken after 2 laps. Now he's closely following behind Stanley, and Stanley is closely following Chatty, and Chatty is not too far away from Bats Plus in front of him. So we're gonna have DRS enabled on the next lap because it wasn't a full safety car, it was just a VSC, so we're still gonna be DRS on lap 3. So this whole battle is gonna really start kicking off. Oh, I think Passassin is gonna go for the move. He goes for the move here on Stanley. He's trying to make it stick to turn 14, but didn't quite work there. Stanley doing a beautiful job of defending. Alright, so Mebby with the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:44.7, but we're going to have DRS enabled on this lap, so that's going to speed things up a little bit here. Looking at this battle between Stanley, Chadillac, and Passassin, this is really heating up. These guys are on 2 different compounds of tires, on the mediums for Stanley and Passassin, but Chatty is on that soft tire, so he should be a little bit quicker right now, but he's going to be coming under pressure here in just a moment. Is Stanley going to be close enough to make a move on this particular corner? Not quite yet, but Assassin with a purple sector 1, very, very close behind. This is turning out to be a very interesting race here, right in the very opening moments already. We don't know if we're going to have any rain or any sort of weather coming later on, but so far this is a great race already, and we're watching as Passassin is trying to make up some more positions, but he's done half the field on the first couple of laps, and now with the DRS it should make things a little bit easier for him. He's trying to chase down that redemption after last week, after getting that penalty and getting a back at the grid start for tonight's race, as Stanley goes for a move on Chatty Duck into turn 12 there. Oh, and that's not gonna quite work, as they're now going into the next couple of corners. Oh, more contact between Chatty and Stanley. Chatty loses the car, and Passassin slides it into P6. Now Passassin is right on the back of Stanley. This could be another position possibly on the start-finish straight with the DRS enabled there. Breezy and Cameron in the meantime exchanging fastest laps, and Breezy 1:40.369 sets the fastest lap on lap 4. That's an extra point on the books for now, but we have a very long way to go in tonight's race. Singapore is very unpredictable as well. You never know when somebody's going to spin it or bin it, and then we might have a safety car come out which could neutralize the whole race in just a moment. Here comes Passassin on Stanley with the DRS open, and before they even make it into turn 7, he is up into P5. Back to the front we go, because now Breezy is really catching up on Cameron. They're both on those medium tires that they qualified on. I'm not sure if Cameron's starting to have some tire wear or if he's just losing pace. But Breezy, after he passed his teammate, unfortunately his teammate had an incident right after that. But right after he passed his teammate, he started to really close up on Cameron, and he does have the DRS enabled already. We have a yellow flag there for Perry on the start-finish straight. I'm not sure what happened there, but I think he might have had a little bit of a spin. He's back going at it again, down in 14th place. Breezy closing up ever so slightly on Cameron and sets the fastest lap of the race once again with a 1:40.2. He's now within half a second. Passassin though, 1:39.4, and Bats Plus goes into the pits. A very early stop for Bats Plus. Does he have any damage? It looks like he does. Yeah, he's going to be changing front wing. So Bats Plus is going to lose a few extra seconds here due to the change of front wing. He's going to lose a bunch of positions as well. Puts on the hard tire, and he's going to try and hopefully run that tire until the end. If a safety car comes out, though, they might start making some other decisions on strategy here. We have another yellow flag. Oh, I think it's Perry. Perry has had another spin, but he's back on the track once again, so not a major incident. But he's about to be lapped, unfortunately. He is quite a far way back, having a bit of struggle here in tonight's race. And yeah, there he goes, Cameron and Breezy now lapping the Haas of Perry. All right, and Breezy still keeping very, very close to Cameron within that half a second gap. Behind them, looking right now, the gap to Passassin is about 7 seconds. Let's take a look at the gap to the leader. Yeah, 7.3 seconds from Cameron to Passassin. But Passassin is closing it up very, very quickly as we're watching it right now. Every couple of seconds, it drops by about a tenth. So if we're going to use that logic, it should mean that Passassin will be closing up on the guys at the front, probably in a few laps' time. Breezy now getting extra close to Cameron. He's going to have the DRS here in just a moment. He opens it up now using his battery as well as they go through turn 6 and then into turn 7. And that is Breezy now into the lead of tonight's race in the Platinum class in round 9. And Cameron's going to try and keep up with him. Of course, you know, with 3 DRS zones around here, as long as you're within a second, you can try and keep up with the guy in front and still run your race. So this is turning out to be a nice little battle here between Breezy and Cameron for possibly the win here tonight, unless Passassin has something to say about it and, you know, comes in and interrupts this little party. We'll wait and see. It's only lap 6 of 31, 25 laps more to go. Another yellow flag, and that's Perry once again. I think he spun out on the exit of turn 9, and he looks to be parked there. I'm not sure if he's... Oh, he's back and going at it again, but had a little bit of trouble getting back to racing once again on the track. Breezy and Cameron still keep it... Oh, and maybe now gets a 3-second penalty. He's the first one to get that 3-second penalty here tonight. Perry now drawing another yellow flag. Chatty Duck pulling into the pits from his soft tires. He's made it 7 laps on that red stripe. And looks like he's going to be putting on the yellow stripe pound. So he's probably betting that he can bring that medium all the way until the end, or maybe do a very late pit stop, or maybe he's building on the fact that there might be a safety car later in the race. So we'll have to wait and see. The exit of the pit straight is very, very difficult there. As you can see by Chatty Duck, he tapped the wall on the inside and then almost crossed the line on the exit. And he comes out in 11th place right in front of Bambuki. We have another yellow flag once again for Perry. Perry is backing up on track here. He did not make that corner under the bridge there. All right, let's switch over to Passassin here, because he is now within the DRS zone of Mebi. Mebi also has a 3-second penalty to his name, so that kind of gives the position to Passassin there already. And then they've got about 5.5 seconds to Breezy and Cameron, who are still keeping it pretty close to each other, but Breezy is working very hard to pull out of the 1-second gap back to Cameron. He's getting very, very close. Now Assassin is going to have the DRS on the longest portion of what you can call a straight here. And here comes Assassin now into P3, overtaking Mebi there, just about making the overtake before they made it into turn 7. And Mebi trying to battle it back here as we get an overhead shot. And he's going to try and stick with him, but Assassin, reminder, started in 14th place, back of the grid penalty here tonight, and he's now on podium in P3, still running on his medium tires, doesn't seem to have any sort of issues. So as long as he can keep it together and keep the pace going, he is now about 5.8 seconds away from Breezy in the lead, so not that far away from possibly challenging for a win here tonight. Looks like Cameron gained some time back on Breezy here. He's within 0.4 of a second now. He was almost a second back, but in the last sector there, looks like maybe Breezy made a little bit of a mistake, allowed Cameron to close up. Oh, Cameron now gets a 3-second time penalty, so maybe that time he closed up might have been a warning that he got, and maybe he went a little bit off track. But he's still going to be battling it out. We don't know who's going to end up having penalties. Well, Breezy might have one himself. So for now, Cameron is just going to keep it nice and close. And he's able to keep that gap at about 0.4 of a second, 4.5 tenths. Let's jump on board with him here and just give you guys a sense of how difficult it is to drive around this track. There are so many corners, so many walls. You can see the cars trying to step out on him every time that he gets on the throttle. Opens up the DRS. Now Breezy really gets good acceleration and a great rotation of the car through turn 13 and now into 14 they go. This one you got to be really careful. If you run that one a little bit wide, past that white line, it will give you a warning and a penalty as well later on. Same thing on the inside curve there. Oh, and Mebi gets another 3 seconds, so now he's at 6 already. That is definitely going to hurt him. Cameron closing up to Breezy once again, just a tiny little bit there. Coming through the last couple of corners, still keeping within the DRS zone. And that is pretty much keeping him in the game for now. So Cameron and Mebi are the only ones with penalties to their name so far. Mebi with 6 seconds already and Cameron with 3. And we're now on lap 10 of 31, 21 more to go. This is one of the longer tracks, one of the longer races as well. Takes quite a while to get around this one. And right now we're watching as Cameron is still keeping up with Breezy. Breezy overtook him about 3 laps ago. The battle for first place is very much still alive here. And Mebi is able to keep up with Assassin. He's sort of going between under 1 second to just over 1 second. Just dropped out of the DRS zone now, so that's going to give a chance to Assassin to try and get away. He's also 4.6 seconds away from Breezy, so he's closed up about a second in the last 3 laps. Switching a little bit back now, looks like we've got the 2 Alpines running together here, and Black Angel closing up on his teammate. Apparatus now gets himself a 3-second penalty, so does Chargers. But KGB, Black Angel, and Stanley, I'm wondering if they're going to battle it out, or if KGB is going to be able to get through. And Breezy is going to be the first one out of the leaders to jump into the pits after 10 laps on medium tires, and he's going to go on to a set of hards. And I'm sure that he's going to be aiming to take that one until the end of the lap. 20 laps on a medium tire, that should be no problem at all. But this now promotes Possassin into P2, Mebi into P3. Stanley and KGB Black Angel are also going to gain a position each. And now Breezy, after making his pit stop, is just going to have to work hard to bring these hard tires to the end and also to regain some positions. KGB Black Angel now really gaining on Stanley, his teammate, in the other Alpine. And he's going to go for the move here. And Stanley's not going to fight it too hard because, yeah, I mean, they're teammates. They're really going for points here tonight. And KGB had a little bit of extra pace on him in the last few laps. So Mebi is now dropped 2 seconds behind Possassin, and Possassin's closed up another second on Cameron. 3.5 seconds behind him now. They're on the exact same strategy. Cameron also with a 3-second penalty to his name. So this is all starting to fall into Possassin's lap here all of a sudden. As long as he can keep the car out of the walls and he can bring it until the end of the race. We've still got quite a long way to go. He is definitely in the challenge spot for the win here tonight once again. Oh, Mebi has just retired in the pits. That was a little bit unexpected. I'm not exactly sure why he would do that. He was doing quite well, running in 8th position. Well, he was actually in 4th when he retired. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but yeah, that's Mebi out of the race, and he becomes the first DNF here. 007 overtakes, Chatty Tug overtakes his teammate for P7 there on the start-finish straight. Yellow flags are out, but I don't think there's going to be a VSC or anything else like that. But wow, yeah, that was a little bit surprising, as now Dream CEO was having a look there on Chargers. Chargers, oh, very, very wide through turn 8. And we've still got that Sector 1 yellow, even though there's no car there, there's nobody there. Mebi's car is actually stuck in the pits. Now I'm starting to wonder if he had some sort of a glitch. And Perry now goes into the pits as well. But yeah, that was an interesting situation there with Mebi. Maybe we'll get to hear about it from the chat in a few moments time, but for now it is still Cameron leading the race with Assassin 3 seconds behind. KGB Black Angel about 17 seconds behind them in 3rd. Breezy, who's already made his stop of the race here tonight, he's in 4th, about 3.5 seconds behind KGB. And then we have Chargers in 5th with Dreamsy chasing him down in 6th place, and we're watching them battle it out here right now. Still that yellow flag being showed around there, even though there's nothing going on. Codemasters, come on, get your S together. Here comes Dreamsy. Is he gonna go for the move here? Ooh, he was having a look once again, but not quite close enough. Yeah, it looks to me like we're probably going to continue this race on with the yellow flag constantly being showed in Sector 1, right on the exit of the pits there. Mebi's car is still stuck in the pits. Luckily, it's not impeding on any other cars making their pit stops, but yeah, it's definitely not the best situation because now we won't be able to tell if there are yellow flags anywhere else. Oh, now we do have something going on. Is that Perry Yeah, I think Perry has hit the wall once again. He's missing a piece of his front wing, and there's yellow flags being shown there as well. Oh, Perry goes into the wall under the bridge. He's got his whole front wing missing now. And now he's getting in the way of another car. Luckily, the ghosting is on, so the car can go through. Mebby has now left the session, but his car is still in the pits. We're going to get to possibly see it right now. Oh, there we go. Finally, Mebby's car has now disappeared from the pits as Perry comes into the pits. Oh, Cameron there with a big tail whip under the bridge, but manages to keep it together. And look at that, Possession is only 1.7 seconds behind him now, 1.5 seconds. Possession has found some pace, or Cameron has lost some pace all of a sudden. Assassin closing up more time, 1.2 seconds to Cameron. And so he's getting very, very close to that DRS zone. And it's interesting to see now that Breezy made that really early pit stop for those hard tires, but Cameron and Assassin are still keeping it on track on those medium tires for now. And they've done 15 laps, so they're only going to have to do about 15 more laps on the next set that they put on. I'm sure they're not going to try and gamble it for softs, but, you know, they can't put on any mediums because you have to use two different compounds, so it's going to be a hard tire, but it's going to be a slightly younger hard tire compared to Breezy's. Breezy now is starting to close up on KGB Black Angel. He can see the podium spots in his sights once again. And Assassin also now within the 1 second gap to Cameron. So it's starting to get very interesting here in the top positions. There's quite a bit of a battle going on for the podium here tonight. Perry gets a 3-second penalty now for multiple warnings. And Breezy now has DRS on KGB. Virtual safety car has been deployed. I'm not exactly sure what that was for, but we have another virtual safety car on track. And looks like Assassin and Cameron are both going to use this opportunity. When everybody's slowed down, they're going to make their pit stops, and that's going to lose them a tiny little bit less time. Cameron still comes out in front of Assassin, but they're going to be right very, very near to each other. And there they go out of the pits, about 1.5 seconds between them, as VSC is still deployed right now. KGB Black Angel also takes this chance to change over to a medium tire. So let's see if that better compound or softer compound is going to help him out until the end of the race here. Chatty Doc now gets himself a 3-second penalty. Chargers, Dreamsy, and Chatty all come into the pits under the VSC. Very smart decision there, because under the VSC everybody else is slowed down, so basically gives you sort of like an advantage, because you lose a little bit less time compared to the rest of the runners on the track. And now Breezy is right there in the fight with Assassin and Cameron, and on the restart it looks like he got a beautiful restart and gained a little bit of time. Yeah, Breezy is right on the back of Assassin now. He's going to have the DRS on him as well. Assassin is just outside of the DRS mark for Cameron. So this is Breezy's chance now if he wants to put on an attack and try to challenge Cameron and Assassin for tonight's win. This might also turn out to be a battle that will possibly go on for the rest of the race. I'm ready for that. Let's switch over here to Stanley, who's catching up on 007. We also have Chatty closing up on Dreamsy. Lots of people right now, after making their pit stops under that VSC, have to make up positions. Of course, the pit strategy has mixed up the grid right now, and that's what makes Formula One very interesting. It's not just about having a faster car or the fastest pace. You gotta work out when is the smartest time for you to stop and change tires so you lose less time compared to everyone else. And I think a couple of drivers have really done that here tonight. Breezy with the early pit stop that I didn't imagine would work out for him has actually worked to his advantage. And after that restart, he managed to close up some time up Assassin. He's now hanging around the 8th, 10th mark behind them, but still has DRS. Stanley on 007 here, half a second behind. He's going to have the DRS when they make it out of turn 13, as they now make their way under the bridge. It's been a problematic spot for a couple of drivers here tonight. Stanley now right on the back wing of 007. I imagine he's going to try and pull off a move, possibly on the start-finish straight. If he can keep nice and close to 007, that could be P5 for Stanley. KGB Black Angel with the fastest lap of the race, 138.448. And here comes Stanley with the DRS. Let's see if he can close up enough on 007. Nope, it's not going to be quite enough. So he's going to have to try again. They're going to have another DRS zone when they make it out of turn 5. And that's pretty much the longest one you've got on the track. Probably the best place to try and overtake. Stanley is not going to be close enough on this one. Gonna have to wait. Jumping to the front here, Breezy has lost a bit of time to Passassin, now 2.1 seconds behind. Passassin still cannot break into the DRS zone of Cameron. 1.1 seconds, keeps on fluctuating down to about 1.5 and then back up to about 1.1. So it's a very interesting situation here right now. Cameron is really able to hold off the attack from Passassin, but we still got 13 more laps to go. Oh, three-way battle here with Chargers, Chatty, and Dreamsy. And Chargers makes a position up on Chatty there. Wow, that was a very intense little battle. I just saw how close the three cars were and managed to switch over to them just in time to see that overtake, but that was a very intense moment. Chatty Duck now gets another penalty. Let's see if that's 6 seconds of penalties for Chatty, and he's pulling into the pits. Looks like he's gonna need a new front wing. Yeah, he's coming in for a change of front wing. Let's jump back over to Stanley and 007 here. This battle's been going on for a few laps now. Stanley's right there, right on the back of 007. but just not able to make a move yet. Stanley was having another look there, but didn't really quite make it work. It's a tough track to overtake. There are a couple of positions where you can try and gain some time, and you have 3 DRS zones, which definitely help out, but there's a lot of corners around this track, so it's very, very difficult to find a good place to overtake, as we now watch Chargers battling it out with Dreamsy. Chargers has found some second wind here in tonight's race. Oh, Chatty has now DNF'd. Chatty, I think he's actually crashed, and the safety car has come out. Yeah, Chatty has crashed under the bridge, and the safety car has come out on lap 19 of 31. This is going to be very, very interesting here. I'm sure that possibly some of the drivers might decide to jump into the pit. Some of them, like Breezy, actually Cameron has a huge gap back to KGB Black Angel. So that could possibly be an opportunity for him to come in and change some tires, put on the fresh, soft compound, and take that one until the end of the race. I was just waiting to see if we can get another view of Chatty, but his car has already been taken off the track. But yeah, Chatty there crashing out on lap 19, and that has brought out a safety car late in tonight's race. And here comes Cameron into the pits. He's done 3 laps on his hard tires. Assassin follows suit. Is Breezy going to come in? Yep, Breezy's coming in as well. All 3 top drivers in tonight's race are coming in to put on that soft tire and take it until the end of the race here. Looks like they're not going to lose or change any positions here, because the guys behind them, Black Angel and looks like, is that... Yeah, that's Black Angel coming in as well. 007, I don't think he's going to be coming in, although it would be a good opportunity for him. Yeah, he is coming in. So yeah, pretty much everybody's going to be pitting here, except for maybe Dreams, who's got fresh medium tires. Wow, very interesting situation. This is going to be a great finish to tonight's race. We're going to get about 9 or 8 laps once we get restarted in a couple of laps time. And that's going to be on fresh tires for everyone. Looks like Breezy went for a medium. So did KGB and so did 007. Stanley, Assassin, and Cameron went for the soft tire. Dreamsy on the medium. Chargers and Bats went for the soft tire as well. And then Bambuki went for a medium. Apparatus went for a soft. So everyone pitting under the safety car. Yeah, and I'm not sure why Perry didn't join us in the commentary booth after he DNF'd from tonight's race. He said he would, but maybe he was a little bit frustrated. Decided not to. I did send him an invite just in case. So, yeah, it's just myself with you guys tonight, Balloon Machine. It's been a really great season so far. It's been a good race here tonight as well. We had 14 drivers that started. We have 11 runners left on lap 21. Last victim, unfortunately, was Chatty. Oh, Apparatus is disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. gets a 5-second penalty as well. And as I was saying, we had 11 runners. We are down now to 10 runners with that disqualification for apparatus. But Chadidak was the one that brought out the safety car here on lap 19 after crashing out on the exit of, I think that was turn 9. Yeah, right under the bridge there. Wow, so another disqualification this season. We saw one disqualification from FYKV, I think, earlier in the season when he ran aground a sausage curb and couldn't get his car to move off of it, and got disqualified for being stopped on the track. But tonight we see a disqualification for ignoring yellow flags. I'm not exactly sure what that really means, to be exactly honest with you, because I mean, it's a safety car, so the only way you could ignore yellow flags is by possibly overtaking cars. So maybe he was overtaking people under the safety car. I'm not really sure. It might have just been a glitch as well. Very, very unfortunate there for apparatus. Last night we had a glitch at the end of the race where Broomhandle got a 20-second penalty after crossing the line, also for ignoring yellow flags. So this might be the newest glitch in the Codemaster arsenal. I mean, they keep on pulling out new tricks on us all the time. Every single race, every single week we see a new glitch. So here's another one to add to the collection. We are still under safety car here on lap 22. We've been on the safety car for 3 laps now, but there's a couple of cars at the back of the field that are a little bit behind the whole pack here. So the safety car is still hanging around. We're probably going to go around for another lap because I did not see any messages coming out, and the yellow lights are still flashing. We get to see the Aston Martin safety car once again. There it is, in that beautiful green color. And we also get to see Cameron in the AlphaTauri leading the race at the moment with about 8 laps left to go. Probably only going to be 7 once we get restarted here. Assassin in second place after starting the race at the back of the grid. Breezy in third, KGB Black Angel in fourth. 007 is holding on to fifth with Stanley in sixth, Chargers in seventh. Bats Plus in 8th, Dreamsy in 9th, and Bambuki in 10th place. So everyone who finishes tonight's race is going to get at least a point to their name. But yeah, as we've seen already, Singapore is very unpredictable. You don't really know when an incident might happen, when the race could turn upside down, and that's exactly what has happened on lap 19 with the safety car coming out, with Chadidak crashing out of the race. And that has neutralized the field, brought everybody back up together, and now it's going to provide for some really exciting racing at the end of the race here. I'm noticing Cameron has an interesting line on their safety car. He's keeping very, very close to the back of it, which I would probably advise most people not to do, because we've already proven once in Singapore that the safety car can take you out. I myself, unfortunately, got hurt by that last night, or on Tuesday night. I can't remember who it was. Camden, yes, Camden Luca crashed into the safety car as it was coming out of the pits, and he got taken out of the race. And then I was coming through turn 1. I thought that I would go through the car, but I just clipped the back wheel of his car and took off my whole front wing. But safety car will be coming in on this lap. So we're going to switch on board here with one of the drivers near the front of the grid, so we can get a good look at the restart. Cameron's going to be leading the pack with Assassin in second, and Breezy is going to be looking on for his chance to try and steal away the win here from both of these drivers. Oh, Cameron, they're almost losing the car as he was trying to warm up the tires and also riding the curb at the same time. It looks like he's going on the gas now, And Passassen and Breezy lost out on a little bit of time there. Breezy is now really catching up on Passassen going into turn 1. As we're back to green flag racing. Cameron really played that restart very well after almost losing the car trying to warm up the tires. Passassen, however, is not really losing too much time. Stanley keeping very close to 007. Oh, running wide there on the exit of turn 6 or 5. And that could have been a very, very big crash, but he managed to keep it out of the wall. There's definitely a lot of battling still going on in the mid-pack. Jumping back to the front here, Passassen 0.4 of a second behind Cameron. Breezy keeping pretty close to the both of them as well. Breezy on that medium tire, Passassen and Cameron on the soft. Only a few more laps to go. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think Passassen can possibly take this win here again and get back onto the winning ways in Season 12? Can Cameron get his first win in Season 12 and get on top of that step, on that top step? Sorry, geesh, I can't even talk right now. Can Breezy possibly challenge the both of them? Is he counting on the fact that maybe their tires are going to fade out after doing a few laps? But we were on the safety car for a really long time, so I don't think that's going to be the case. No DRS yet, and we're not going to have DRS for another lap after this. So for now, it's all about these drivers trying to close up some time, maybe with a little bit of battery usage. But you don't want to waste too much because this is not over yet. Cameron also with that 3-second penalty, so he needs to pull out 3 seconds, or he needs Passassen to get himself a penalty to his name as well to equalize them out. Breezy has a chance to possibly gain a position on either the both of them or on Cameron if he stays within 3 seconds of Cameron as well. So there's a lot to play for here still tonight, and then everybody behind them is within 1 second of each other, so all the positions in the midfield are not decided yet either. DRS will be enabled on this lap. Passassen keeping right close to Cameron still. Breezy within the 1 second gap. KGB Black Angel gets a 3-second penalty. These guys are pushing, so it's not out of the question for Passassen to possibly get a penalty himself. And then that will make it a lot more interesting. But here comes Passassen for the overtake now on Cameron. Into turn 6, into turn 7. Oh, it's going to be side by side there, and Cameron had to go a little bit wide to pretty much give the position to Passassen. Passassen is now up into the lead of the race with 5 laps to go. Breezy now closing up on Cameron. As long as he stays within 3 seconds, he's going to get P2 here tonight because of Cameron's penalty. But I'm sure he wants to make that overtake on track. Yeah, this is turning out to be a great battle here. Oh, Chargers gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane, and it looks like he's retired from the race in the pits. So that's now down to just 9 runners. Breezy is very, very close on Cameron. Cameron's closing up a bit of time on Passassin with the DRS, but Passassin is able to pull out everywhere else. Wow, Breezy there almost running into the back of Cameron. He was getting really, really close. Cameron now losing out on DRS for Passassin. So Breezy is going to have a better chance of overtaking him with no DRS available to the car in front. If you guys are still watching the stream, thank you guys so much for your support of TCR. If you guys are new to the league, check out the links in the description. Check out our website. Check out our social media pages. Make sure you leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Send in some more comments into the chat as well. Sorry that you guys have had to listen to me for the whole race, but unfortunately Perry decided that he wanted to race instead of commentating, and didn't want to join the commentary booth after the race. Has ended for him at least. But now Breezy is going to be very, very close on Cameron here. Here he's going to go for the move down on the right-hand side there. Not much space to go down there, but Breezy makes it work anyways, and he's up into P2. Oh, Cameron pretty much pushing Breezy through the next corner. That was a little bit dangerous there. So Passassin back up into the lead of tonight's race from the back of the grid. Took him 27 laps, but he's out there now and only got 3 more laps to bring it back for another win here in Season 12. Stanley is attacking on Bats Plus. This could be the last battle that we see here tonight, but it's going to be a close one. Oh, and we have a yellow flag in Sector 3 for Cameron. What just happened to Cameron? What just happened to Cameron? I just looked away for a moment, and then I noticed that Cameron is now a DNF, and we're down to only 8 runners in tonight's race. It looks like something happened to him after the exit of turn 20, and that is quite crazy. That promotes KGB Black Angel up into P3. He has a penalty to his name, so technically 007 is going to be promoted to P3 at the end of the race. Wow. I'm not sure what happened to Cameron there. We're going to have to find out a little bit later. But unbelievable. The ending of this race has really turned very, very crazy very fast. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not sure what happened to Cameron, but Cameron, after leading most of the race and then dropping down to P2 and then losing a position to Breezy and then lost it on the exit of turn 20, and he is out of tonight's race. That is extremely, extremely unfortunate there for Cameron. He was doing very, very well here tonight. But still a battle going on here with Stanley and Bats Plus for P5. But at the front, Passassin is kind of running away with this one. Breezy, though, is starting to close up a little bit. He's trying to get into that 1 second gap, but with only about a lap and a half to go here, not much time left for this one. Stanley on Bats Plus having a look, not quite close enough. Breezy is right within that second gap on Passassin. They do have one more lap to go. Can Breezy steal this one away from Passassin right in the dying moments? That would be very exciting. He needs to keep within that 1 second gap if he wants to get the DRS on the start-finish straight, and then that will allow him to catch up by maybe about a tenth or two. We have another yellow flag in Sector 2 and 3. Stanley. Looks like Stanley might have gone for that move on Bats Plus after all, and possibly didn't work out for him there. Breezy within 7/10 of a second. He will have the DRS now on Passassin. He's going to close down to about half a second behind Passassin now as they start their way for the last lap of tonight's race. Breezy right around 4/10 of a second. Assassin doing everything he can there. A little wiggly on the exit of turn 6 or 5. Through turn 6 they come. Breezy having a half a look here into turn 7. Oh, this is very exciting. 007 is trying to catch up on KGB as well at the same time, but we're going to keep an eye on this battle going on for the lead of the race on the last lap. Breezy now 3/10 behind Passassin. Ever so slightly closing up that gap. He's got good pace, he's got good tires. He might be getting that advantage of the longer lasting mediums over the softs. Oh, Passassin there, a big tail whip on the exit of turn 14. Here comes Breezy. He's going to try and go around the outside. There's not going to be much space to make that one work. Passassin defending with everything he's got. Gonna go to the outside once again. Passassin defending. Oh, there's gonna be a touch. There's gonna be a couple of touches. Another contact there between the two cars. Passassin. Oh, Passassin touching the inside wall under the bridge into the tunnel. This is gonna be quite crazy. They are gonna be right on it at the end here. Breezy is gonna try and go for something with the DRS, with the ERS enabled. Right at the line though. He's 54/10 of a second behind, 54 thousandths of a second behind Passassin. Passassin wins the race after all, fending off Breezy right at the end. 007 gets third, KGB Black Angel in fourth, Bats Plus in fifth, Dreamzy in sixth, Stanley's going to get seventh, and Bambuki is going to be the last finisher in eighth place. But Passassin back on the top step in Season 12 once again after technically winning last race, but then getting a penalty and dropping down to P5. But what a finish that was. That was absolutely incredible there from those two drivers. Congratulations to Passassin, Breezy, and 007 on a great finish here tonight. Alright, I'm just gonna invite the podium finishers here quickly. And there he is, Passassin in the Mercedes, spraying the champagne once again, sharing the podium there with Breezy and 007 and the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo. And then, as we already mentioned, KGB Black Angel in 4th, Bats in 5th, Dreamsy in 6th, Stanley in 7th, Bambuki was the last finisher in 8th place, and then unfortunately Cameron, after leading most of the race, did not make it to the end there, crashing out on the last couple of laps. Chargers in 10th for the last point on the grid, Apparatus. Oh, sorry, no points because he also was a DNF. Chargers, Apparatus, Chatty, Perry, and Mebby, all DNFs in tonight's race. But what a race that was, especially towards the end, with a really late safety car in lap 19, and then with the whole crazy battle at the end there for the finishing positions. It was incredible to watch. I mean, that last battle between Breezy and Passassin especially, that was very, very exciting. So I've invited our drivers into the post-race interviews. I have seen, I think, a couple of them already joining us up. We're going to give them another moment here to join, but I'm going to use this opportunity again to say, if you guys are watching, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support of TCR. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share it out with friends that might like F1. And join the league if you haven't yet. Check out the link in the description to our website, and then you can sign up to race in one of our classes. All right, so taking a look here, I think we did have 007 joining us already. 007, can you hear us? No, apparently he's not here yet. Breezy, are you with us? Yeah, can you hear? All right, perfect. So, Breezy, that was a crazy one. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was a lot of work that you had to do there throughout the whole race. You made that early pit stop onto those hard tires. Were you sort of just counting on an undercut, or was it more looking at the possibility of, the safety car coming out later in the race? And then at the late safety car there, you decided to go for the medium tires instead of the softs, like the guys in front of you, Cameron and Passassin. So was that a calculated decision there as well? Did you think that, maybe the softs will not last until the end of the race? All right, perfect. And of course, I mean, that last battle between yourself and Passassin right towards the end, right on the last lap, you were getting pretty close. It was only 54 thousandths of a second at the line. What was going through your mind at that one? Were you just, going for it with everything you had? Awesome, man. Well, Awesome. Well, congratulations on a great race, great finish. Good luck for the rest of the season. Alrighty, let's move over to the Alfa Romeo of 007 because I did see him joining the chat here. P3 for you tonight, 007. After a little bit of a late incident there from Cameron. Did you, by the way, have a chance to see what happened to him?
I think he spun on the like before the last little double left-hander, the last turn, and he was just in the wall. But he had 6 seconds of penalties, so even if he didn't crash, I think I would have jumped him at the finish line to secure a podium. But shame that he crashed out. I think he's just pushing too hard to keep up with Assassin and Breezy. Um, just bad luck, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was a complicated race here tonight. There was a lot of different factors at play with strategy, with the safety car, a lot of battling going on, especially for you. You had to really battle it out throughout the whole race. How was it, from your perspective altogether? Did you like the race? What was your favorite part, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I think the race is okay. Well, like from the beginning to the safety car was actually pretty miserable. The VSC on lap one, I decided to maybe save some time and pit lap one from the softs to the hards and try to go long and try to stay on those tires in case the safety car came out, which it did eventually. But I got the setup wrong tonight. The car had no rear end at all, so it was quite a slidey boy through the corners and had mid corner understeer at the same time. So the mid corner understeer, corner exit, snap oversteer, just slidey was not a good combo around Singapore. And then combine that with a hard tire with no practice on the hard tire and with 10-11 wings as well, it's really not a fun combo. So just trying to keep it out of the walls the first half of the race, and then the safety car came out, and I saw a lot of people going to the soft tires, and I knew that they wouldn't last more than 5-6 laps for me. And we had about 8 laps, I think, or 9 laps to run until the end. So I decided at the last second, like literally going down the pit lane to switch over to the mediums, and that proved, I think, to be the right call to secure a podium. So the last part of it, finding with KGB, was the most fun, and I was really pushing hard. Every lap was a quality lap, just push laps to try to keep up with them. And once I saw that he had a 3-second time penalty, I still didn't care. I still wanted to pass him on track. I didn't want to back off and make it easy. And then who knows? Breezy or Assassin may have gotten a penalty as well, and that could have swung the results. But overall, I'm really happy with how tonight ended, and it's another podium. So.
Yeah, exactly. Another podium, another one to add to the list this season. You're still going to be pretty securely in second place in the championship standings as well. We're going to Bahrain next week before our second break of the season. How are you feeling about Bahrain?
It's one of my favorite tracks, actually, one of my best tracks. But unfortunately, every time I race there with the TCR or with anything, I just end up having bad luck and something weird happens. So hopefully next week, maybe both myself and Shaddy can get top 5 and try to move Alfa Romeo up the standings a little bit. But I'm excited for next week, and we'll see what happens.
All right, congrats again on the P3 finish here tonight, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks.
Okay, and then we've got at the top step once again after a technicality, so to speak, last week, even though he did finish in P1, got that position dropped to P5 after a penalty, but Assassin back up into P1 once again on the winning step. Welcome back, so to speak, even though we did get to speak to you last week. But how does it feel? Does this feel like redemption?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a very nice race.
Yeah, I mean, for you, you had to work quite hard, right? Starting from the back of the grid, but you made up 7 positions on lap 1, even halfway through lap 1, pretty much. And then from there on, it felt like your only main challenge here tonight was basically from Breezy at the end of the race and from Cameron right towards, right after the restart of the safety car. When you were battling it out with Cameron there, he was really holding his own for a long time. How were you feeling about that one?
What do you mean? When?
So after the restart,
Hards or softs?
no, on your softs.
Yeah, we were having quite a good battle. We were in the same party, so yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, I did notice his Ecos in front of his name, and I do remember they used to have you used to have that in front of your name as well. So I guess you guys know each other from before. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's another good race for you. I don't really know what else to sort of ask you. We asked you a lot of a lot of things throughout the season already. But how are you feeling for the rest of the season? How are you feeling for Bahrain next week?
Um, that was my sixth one of the season. Was it? Yeah, yeah. Um, so it's looking pretty like a pretty good season so far. I mean, I look forward to Bahrain, but it's not my favorite track, but it's still a good track. I like all tracks, but yeah. Um, I mean, I can just give a brief explanation of my race. So yeah,
Yeah, go
lap
ahead.
one, I was planning the entire time going to medium soft, the strategy, and so yeah. I was doing that, made a few good overtakes, just tried to keep the pace up consistent. After I passed Mebby, it was some clean air until I was going to be able to maybe catch up to Breezy and Cameron. So when Breezy pit to hards pretty early, it was just Cameron up there. So the gap was like 4 seconds by then. And he was having a little bit of overheating difficulties. So yeah, he could have had more pace, but I was steadily catching him until the safety car came out, and it was just an opportunity that you couldn't pass up, yeah. Or the virtual safety car, I mean. And then they had to go into the hards, because it's just the delta, really
Absolutely.
cuts it down.
Yeah.
So even though we weren't planning on it, it just had to happen. When the safety
Awesome.
car came out, I was originally planning on doing mediums, but then I had second thoughts and went onto the softs. I regret that decision 2 laps after the safety car restart. When I saw Breezy was not budging and he was going to stay within DRS. So yeah,
Yeah, I
it
mean
was a solid race. And so sorry.
that last lap between you two guys was really exciting to watch. I mean, at the line, it was only 54 thousandths of a second, so it was very, very close all the way up until the end.
Yeah, I enjoyed that battle. It was a good one. I had to give as little room as possible to have a chance, and I feel like I gave good room. Just a little bit of a tap in that one turn that's hard to go side by side in, but it was close at the end, and yeah, the softs were shot by then. So yeah, just note that if you're gonna, unless it's gonna be like the final 5 laps, don't go on the softs.
All right, perfect. Well, I mean, yeah, as I said, not really much else that we can ask you. I think you've done an incredible job here tonight, coming from the back of the grid. First challenge complete. Congratulations again on another win. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you. It was a really stressful race, and last first at Singapore is I'm extremely happy about that. It's a great achievement.
Absolutely. So, you've heard it from Possession and our other podium finishers here tonight of Breezy and 007. It's been an exciting race. We had, a safety car, a couple of VSCs, a couple of unexpected crashes, especially from Cameron, who was really heading to get some good points and his first points of the season in Season 12, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Possession got to go up to the win once again for the sixth time of the season. So definitely, if you guys missed out on this one, you want to rewind back and rewatch it. It was very exciting. But yeah, it's been a long race today. We will end it off here. If you guys have been watching throughout, thank you guys so much for your support once again. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and join us next week. On Tuesday, we're going to be kicking off the Bahrain Grand Prix with the silver class, and then Wednesday for the golden class, and Thursday for these guys right here for the platinum class. So join us next week. It's going to be at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as always. But from Blade Machine, from the platinum class, and from everybody at TCR, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you very soon. Have a great night.